this is Emily Idson in the Media Center. I'm so glad that you guys are watching this awesome professional development video. I am so excited because I'm about to show you one of my absolute favorite digital tools that I have ever used. I use this tool all the time, and it is absolutely amazing. So I am excited to share with you a tool called Canva. This is what Canva looks like. It is basically a website that allows you to create pretty much anything you could have ever imagined. It allows you to create everything from posters to infographics to resumes to flyers. And it provides you with a lot of templates so that the thing that you want to create is pretty much already designed for you, and all you have to do is go in and edit it. People are going to think that you are like a graphic design genius when you start using Canva, because all of the designs look really, really good, and you don't really have to do anything. I mean, you just edit the pre-made design. So I'm really excited to share this with you. If you are already familiar with Canva, then stay tuned, because I want to share some ways that you can create assignments for your students in Canva, because there's actually a lot of really cool things that students could create if they knew how to use Canva. And, you know, if you can use a Word document, if you can use a Google Docs, then I'm pretty confident that you can use Canva. It is honestly a lot easier than a Google Doc, but that's just my opinion. So this is what the homepage of Canva looks like. It's essentially just a search bar, and you can search for anything that you want to create. There's also some recommended things that you can create here, and then things are sort of organized by topic. You've got all of your designs are saved for you. So if I click on all of designs, here they all are. People can also share their designs with you. And I am currently logged in using my Google account. This is a free tool, so you should not have to pay a thing. And I have always used the free version, and I've never had an issue with using the free version. Everything that you could possibly need is available to you. All of the pictures, all of the templates, I mean, there is plenty for you to choose from just in the free version. But there is a pro version. So if you go to pricing, you'll see that there's a pro version that you can pay for, but also there's an education version, which I think just has some of the pro things in it. So like pro designs, pro pictures, and you can register for the education account if you are a K through 12 teacher. So if you really, really, really love Canva, then I would recommend registering for the education account and seeing if you can get it. But like I said, I've always used the free version, and I've never had an issue. So you should be good to go just with the free version. So when you are ready to create anything, you will just go to this top right corner and you'll see create a design. So you'll click on that, and you will see an entire list of things that you can create using Canva. And you can see it's like millions. So you can create everything from a poster to a logo to an infographic, a resume, presentation, a flyer, an Instagram, a brochure, graphs, a card, a business card, collages, book covers, menus, magazine covers, a video. You can create t-shirt designs, newsletters, what else? Planners, a postcard, storyboards, a calendar, and even a graphic organizer. So there are plenty of options if you are ready to create something. And all of these just mean that they are different sizes. So like if I want to create a flyer, it just means that the size they give me is going to be the size of a typical flyer, so a normal piece of paper. So let's say you want to create a flyer. So you're going to click on flyer, and it's going to bring you to this page. So it's just going to give you a blank piece of paper, basically. But over here, you'll see these are all the tools that you can use when creating your document. So templates is where you are going to find the basic layout of your document. So as you can see, there are, hundreds of different flyers that they have pre-made for you. So promotional flyer, business flyer, oops, didn't mean to click on that, modern flyer, photography flyer, tons. So let's say that I want to create a flyer for baseball tryouts. So all you're going to do is search for baseball tryouts in these templates. So if you search for that, you are going to get a bunch of different designs that are pre-made for tryouts. So you can look through them. Let's say that I really like this flyer. I think it looks good. I like the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and this will give me this flyer. So now I'm just going to kind of zoom in. So let's do like 75, well, 50%. So you can kind of see the whole flyer. So let's say I really like this. I like how it looks. But what's going to happen is if you kind of move your mouse over everything, you can see that stuff highlights, because that means you can edit it. So like, let's say I hate this yellow color. I can click on this little, I don't even know what little design, and go to the top left, click on color, and this is going to allow me to change the color of whatever I have highlighted. So like I could change it to blue if I wanted to, or gray, whatever. So let's change it back to yellow. So, and you can see here it says document color. So these are all of the colors that already are in this document. And that's really nice, especially if you want to add other things to the document. You can change the color so that it matches. So that's really cool. So you can see I can edit any of the text, any of the pictures. So let's say I want to change this to LMS. So if I wanted to, I could change the font. So I could change it to one of these things. I could also change the size of the font. I could change the color of the font, and I can also change like the layout, so where it's positioned on the document. And I can go ahead and edit this to say baseball, and then tryouts. You can see it's a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do is click on this text box, and I might have to ungroup these so I can actually size it. But I'm just going to bring it down a little bit so that it fits, and then you'll see it shows you on the page where everything is positioned. So, you know, if I want it to be centered, I can use those lines to make sure that it's centered. So, you know, if you're really picky about things being like perfectly centered, then this is great. And I'm one of those people. So, I'm just going to kind of resize this and move it to where I want it. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And then position it where I want. So now it says LMS baseball tryouts, and you can edit all of this. So you could say like when it's going to be, you can say where it's going to be, whatever, whatever you want to add, you can add. Now, let's say you want to change one of these pictures. So you don't want this volleyball there, you want a baseball there instead. It's really easy. All you do is click on this. I'm just going to delete that ball because I don't want it. And I'm going to go to the left side of my screen. There's a couple things that you can add. So I can click on uploads and I can upload a picture or a video or a piece of audio that I already have saved on my computer. Or I can upload, or not upload, but click on some of the pictures that they already have available. Or I can click on elements. This is essentially clip art. It's just a bunch of different images that you can add. And they also have like shapes and lines. So just different decorative things that you can add. And then you can also add text. So text boxes, and then they have all these like cool fonts that you can add. So just a bunch of different cool stuff that you can add to the document if you want. But let's say I want to add a baseball. So all I'm going to do is search for baseball in Elements. This is going to give me a ton of different baseball images. Now I'm going to look for one that I like, and I want to make sure that it says free when I hover over it, because if it says pro and it has a little crown by it, that means that you're going to have to pay for this image. You might be able to get it if you have the educator account. I'm not sure, but usually the free images work just fine. Like I have always just used the free images and it's fine. And I'll show you why, because you can click on, so let's say I like this baseball. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to add the baseball to my document. I can just drag it wherever I want it. I'm going to resize it so that it matches this baseball, or this ball. It's a little bit bigger, like that. And then I'm just going to position it where I want it, like that. Looks great. And so you can see this is overlapping this. So if I want that to happen here, I'm just going to right click on this ball and say send backward. So there we go. So now they are matching. So both sides are matching. If I want to change the color of this ball, I'm just going to click on it, go to the top left, and I am able to change colors. So let's say I want to change this red to this blue so that it's matching. Okay, I could also, if I wanted, I could change the white to yellow and make it really matching, but it's up to you. It's whatever you want to add. So you could also like change this to a baseball bat or whatever. So that's it. Once you are done, you can see it looks nice. It looks like a professional flyer, and it took 5 seconds to create. So once you're done, you can just download it. So you're going to click this download button, and you can download it as a PDF, or you can download it as an image. I usually just download as a PDF. If you had an audio file, you could download it as a video if you wanted. So you just hit download, and it will download and save to your computer. You can also add on another document. So if I wanted to add another flyer or whatever, I can add that or delete it, whatever. So there it is, all done, easy peasy, just like that. So some other things that you could create as an educator, you could create graphic organizers. So if we go back home, and this will save. So if I go to all my designs, that design will be there. But like you could create graphic organizers. And you can see all of these different graphic organizers pop up, and you can edit them however much you want. You can change the text, you can change the colors, you can change the images, but these templates are already here, and you can just kind of pick which one you like. You could also create a worksheet for your students. So here's some worksheet examples that you can easily edit. You could also create, like I said, flyers, posters, whatever you may need in your classroom. And I know time is often not something that we have a lot of, so this is a great time saver. Now, if you want your students to use Canva, I think it's pretty easy, and there's a lot of really cool assignment ideas of things that you can have your students create. So, for example, one thing you could do is have them create a wanted poster. So if I type in wanted poster, I'm going to get all of these different examples of wanted posters. You can have your students choose one, and you could have them create a wanted poster about a certain historical figure, or maybe like the evil villain in a story, whatever. Just have them create a wanted poster. So that's kind of a fun thing you could do. You could also have them create an infographic on something. It's basically just an image that has a bunch of information on it. So you could create that about virtually anything. You could have them create a timeline. So for a social studies class, you could have them create a timeline of a historical period. For an English class, you could have them create a timeline of events in a story. You could also have them create bookmarks of different things. You could have them create presentations. So if you want to have them use something else besides Google Slides, you could have them, find a good presentation that they like, and they can just go through and edit it. So, like, here's an example of a presentation. If I scroll down, you'll see all the different slides that they can edit. So it's similar to a Google Slides, but they can just kind of go in and create what they want. You can have them create flyers as well, maybe a flyer about a particular person or a particular event. You could have them create or edit a map. You can have them edit a diagram of something. So let's say you're studying the digestive system or whatever, they could edit a diagram of that. You could have them create graphs. You can have them create maybe a book cover for a story that they have written. You can have them create a brochure about something. I think there's some pretty cool brochure design. Ooh, I spelled brochure wrong. There's some pretty cool brochure designs that you could have them create, about anything. And you could also have them create a storyboard for a story so that they can learn how to kind of plan out a story. So, the possibilities are endless. You can really get in here and play around and see, everything that you can create, figure out maybe what you would want your students to create. This does not directly align with Google Classroom. However, if you want to use it in Google Classroom, it's very easy. So let's say they've created a timeline. The only thing that they have to do to turn in this timeline is, let's let it load. They're going to go to this top button where it says share. Click on share a link to view. They're just going to copy this link and post it in Google Classroom. That's all they have to do. It's very similar to a Google Doc or a Google Slides. They just share it via a link. And that's all they have to do in Google Classroom. So it's very, very easy to use. So yeah, just kind of come in here, play around with it, see what you can create. I think it's a really fun way to enhance what's going on in the classroom. I think there's a lot of really cool assignment ideas that you could come up with using Canva. And I also think, just as an educator, it's a really great and simple way to create different designs and different documents. So let me know if you have any questions about Canva. I am happy to walk you through anything that you need help with. I'm so excited that you guys got to learn about one of my favorite tools. I kind of want to do a series on different digital tools so that you have, you know, a collection of tools that you can use. And I know with everything being digital nowadays, it's nice to be aware of some of the digital tools that are out there. So just keep Canva in mind. And also, please fill out the Google form that is attached to this video so that I can see how helpful this was for you. And if you fill it out, you get entered into a drawing for a $10 gift card, so a Starbucks gift card. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you around. Bye.